Hello, welcome to the very first video for Microsoft Office Specialist exam for Excel. This is Excel Experts exam MO211. This is the very first video from this playlist. So what I'm doing is I'm just covering these learning objectives per video. So you should see around 14 videos in this playlist. Um, Today I'll just be covering this much part. So you can see that this portion is not worth a lot of points. So the whole manage workbook options and settings module is worth 10 to 15%. Actually, the other modules have much more weightage than this one. So whichever one you're interested to watch, you can just go into that video, search for this topic name. That is going to be the name of the video, and then you can watch it. So let's get started with the very first video, that is manage workbooks. Okay. So what I have done is I have arranged 4 worksheets based on the topics that I have in this learning objective. The very first question that you need to know is how to copy macros from another workbook. You will notice that I am in Manage Workbooks, and actually I do not have any macros in this file. I do have macros present in this folder that is named as macro file. So I want to copy the macros from this one into this one. So before we get started, you need to make sure that you see this developer tab on your ribbon. If you do not see the developer tab, then you need to make sure that you customize the ribbon before you get started. So let's see. For that, you need to go to File, Options, go to Customize Ribbon, and then on the right-hand side here, you have this developer checkbox. Make sure that this is checked and click OK. Once you do that, you will see this developer tab. Now, I want to move macros in it. I just want to show you if we have any macros in here. When I open the macro window, you will see these 2 macros. Do not get confused that you already have macros in here. These macros are not from this file. The file name is 1.1 Manage Workbooks. It says macro file module 1, macro file module 2. It is showing here because our macro file is also open. I have this macro file open that is showing in here. So if you see all open workbooks, if you change it to do this workbook, then you won't see any macros in here. So I just want to show you this. Then we are going to go to Visual Basic to copy the macros. Okay, so this is the Visual Basic window. So when you open, you will see all the files that are open for you. So this is the file. So I have another file open. That is the solution file for this one. And then this is the file that we are working on. And then the third one is the macro file. Notice these 2 modules in here. Actually, these are the modules that I will like to move to this file. So what you can simply do is, it's very easy. Just click and then drag and drop. Click, drag, and drop. Once you do that, you will see module 1 and 2 in this area, and that's it. That is what copying the macros look like. So now I'll just go to File, close and return to Microsoft Excel. Now when you go here in the macros, you will see 4 macros actually. 2 from the macro file, obviously, because our other file is still open, and then 2 that I have just copied. I'm just going to close the other file so that we do not get confused. Okay, the other file is closed now. So now you just see two macros in here. So the first macro is make selected cell bold, underline the selected cell. So, so if you run this, whatever is written in a particular cell, that will be bolded. If you select this and run, whatever is typed, it will be underlined. So let's try if it works. I'll just type ABC and then I will open the macro here, click and run. It is bolded now, and then select this and run. It is underlined as well. But actually for this question, we just had to copy all the macros. Now you have copied the macros, and whenever you have macros in a workbook, you will notice that it will give you an option to save in macro enabled workbook. That is because if you just save it as a normal workbook, it is not going to restore all the macros. So whenever you are saving it, make sure that you save it in macro enabled. Where is it? Excel macro enabled workbook. Only then the macros will stay. Otherwise, they will be removed. So that's it. That was the very first question in which you need to know how to copy the macros. Next, look at the next question, that is referencing the data. So this one is actually important for the other learning objectives as well. You really need to know how to reference the data from another worksheets or another workbooks. Okay, so what question I have here is, I'm just going to, it's easier to read this way. In March column, on the reference data worksheet, I am in the reference data worksheet. Reference the data in March column on sheet 1 located in the data file. Now, what they want me to do is actually bring data from another file. I do not have this data in this existing workbook, means I need to actually go and get data from the data file here. They have mentioned the data file. So what we're going to do is, again, you need to make sure that data file is open. I'm just going to minimize. Actually, let me show you what the data file is. In the data file, you have the same locations, January, February, and March. So what they want is to get the March data from this directly. They do not want us to copy and paste. They want us to link both the worksheets so that whenever any changes are made in this one, those changes are reflected in the other one also. If we just copy and paste, both of the files can be different based on the changes. So now both of the files are open. What I'm going to do is go to the March cell, that is cell B3. Now for this to work, click equals. It is just like a normal function. And then go to View tab. In the View tab, you're going to see the options that are possible. Some of them are blurred because some of the things you cannot do when you press equals. Arrange all windows. I want to switch window. Why? Because I want to go into the into the data file and select from there. You can either do this by switching windows and going there, or other simple option is open from this menu bar and directly go to data file and select March. Both are okay. When you do that, you will see that after this, you have the data file in square brackets. It means square brackets means that it is the file name. And then you have the sheet name. Sheet name is sheet 1. And then the table name and March. I'm going to also show you how to do from switch windows. So you press equals, switch window, go to data file, select cell D3. That's it. And press enter. You see, all of the data got filled here. First of all, because both of them are tables. If it was not filled out very easily, then you were supposed to actually drag it down. But if you are dragging down to autofill, make sure that you change the references. So what I mean by that is when you just select a cell from another workbook, they normally put dollar in front of both row and column. So which means if you wanted to change for others, you will have to actually remove the row in case you are dragging down, or remove the column dollar if you were dragging on the right hand side. I hope this makes sense. Or maybe I can show you what I mean. I'll just copy this data in another, just like this. It's not in the table format. And let me do the same here, copy, and just the values. I'm going to delete this. So what I mean by that is if I wanted marched data to come over here, data file. Now this is not a table. It says cell D11. When I press enter and I try to fill it out, every cell is going to take the value from D11, but we do not want that. We want it to change in every row. So I can remove dollar and then drag, and then you will get the same answers. So in this case, it worked because it was a table and it understands table. In this case, it was just a normal range. So that's why I had to manually change some things in here. So that is how you reference the data to another workbook. Okay, now the third one is enable only digitally signed macros in the workbook. Actually, it is just one of the many options. Enable macros in a workbook. Now you can get any type of question here. For now, they want digitally signed macros, but let's see what other options we have here. So when you go to File, Options, and then you go to Trust Center Settings, go to Macro Settings. You can see questions from any of these options. Macro settings. So what we are doing is actually changing the macro settings. What they want from us is to enable only digitally signed macros. So they want only digitally signed. So do not get confused when they say disable VBA macros except digitally signed macros. Actually, it's the same thing. So what this means is they do not want anything else. They just want digitally signed macros. And that's what we wanted here. Now they can ask you to choose other options also. Maybe they'll ask you to disable macros without notification, with notification, or enable all macros. So choose whatever they have asked to do. So I'm just going to choose this, and that's it. Then the last one is workbook versions. Now, when you are working on any file, you keep on working, then you close it, you come back, and then you start working again. And sometimes other people are also collaborating on your workbook. So sometimes you want to see what changes have been made. So to see that changes, you can go to File, Info, and I also wanted to show you these browser options. So sometimes if you want to see how it is viewed on web, then you can click on the browser view options. So that's one thing. Another thing is you can manage workbook by recovering unsaved workbooks. And this is where you want to go. That is version history. When you click on version history, you will see everything on the right hand side. I just started working on this file now. because I saved a copy. So that's why I do not have lots of changes. So you can see the changes from here, or you can click whatever you have from here and you can see what edits have been made. And that's what workbook version means. Okay, so that's all for the very first part. So what we have done is just this much part. Next video will be on preparing workbooks for collaboration. Thank you so much for watching this video. Um, Please make sure you watch all the videos in the playlist to get good scores on the certificate. So I'm sure you will get a certificate if you watch all the videos because I'm covering all the learning objectives from here. Thanks a lot.